Oh boy, baby. So we are taking a look at the trade details. Last night we made the video talking about Mikko Rantanen heading over to the Dallas Stars, and we said in that video, hey, you know what? Actually, let's just pull it up right here. This was the video we made late last night. Blockbuster deal, Mikko Rantanen to the Dallas Stars. However, I did say in this video that it was going to be a la, I think it was the Wallman trade video. That's what it was. This was just going to be a video talking about Rantanen over to Dallas, not necessarily about the trade return or the price or anything, because we didn't know the details at that point. Guess what? It's been 7 hours, and we kind of know the details. Courtesy of Darren Dreger, let's go out there and take a look. This was from an hour ago. An extensive back and forth about to end with the Dallas Stars acquiring and extending Mikko Rantanen. It's not done, but I do believe he's settling for the $12 million per, as we have discussed. It was already revealed that Carolina was allowing teams to go out there and discuss a contract talk with Mikko Rantanen before making the full-on trade, so that no other team would make the Carolina mistake of acquiring a guy intending to sign him long-term, only for him to be like, nope, sorry, I don't want to go out there and stay. The Carolina Hurricanes were kind of handcuffed. They knew he didn't want to come back. They had no choice but to trade him. And so now, heading over to Dallas with a $12 million AAV deal for 8 years, what is the return? Well, if you scroll all the way up past the Nikita Gribiankin trade, the Scott Laughton trade, the Kovacevic signing, you scroll by everything here. This is where we see Jeff Marek. Oh, Jeff Marek, man, one of the top insiders, first to the beat, sounds like the basis of the return for Mikko Rantanen when they get the deal done will be Logan Stankoven and 2 first-round picks. Oh my gosh! 2 firsts and Stankoven for Rantanen? That's a lot more than what the Carolina Hurricanes ended up trading away to get him in the first place. Okay, I get it. Marty Necas, very good player. Okay, I get it. Salary retained, it's a little bit different. But man, Stankoven and 2 firsts for Rantanen? That's not it. There are smaller pieces in place here. I mean, if we take a look at Saravalli, he went out there and tweeted everything here. There is an updated tweet, I think. Okay, never mind. Let's just take a look at smaller pieces here from Frank Saravalli, as well as some of the other stuff that's talked about. Here it is. So Carolina is going to be receiving Stankoven, a first, and a 2026 and 2027 third. 2 thirds. Oi, oi, oi. So Stankoven, a first, a third, and a third for Rantanen with an 8-year extension. That's ridiculous. Absolute craziness coming out of the Carolina Hurricane system. Yeah, okay, you kind of screwed it up for a little bit because you didn't know that Mikko Rantanen was not going to stay with you guys when you traded for him, but you flipped what was essentially Necas, Drury, and the assets at Bay in exchange for Stankoven, Hall, a first, a third, and a third with 13 games of Rantanen. Bravo, Carolina. Absolutely bravo, Carolina. I get it, you know, everyone's going to talk about how the Hurricanes done goofed because they didn't do their due diligence, but this is how you make business work, baby. From Carolina's perspective, Necas, Drury, a second and a fourth, for Stankoven, Hall, 2 firsts and 2 thirds, and 13 games of Mikko Rantanen. The Dallas Stars end up shelling out all these assets to get Rantanen onto their team at $2-something million a year, because that's the double salary retained, and then they're going to re-sign him to a $12 million AAV deal. We had spoken about this in the video yesterday, but imagine that, eh? Mikko Rantanen is a Dallas Star. From Colorado to Carolina, 13 games, and now he's in Dallas. Colorado-Dallas, that rivalry is going to be buzzing. Imagine Nathan McDaddy, McKinnon, and Cale Makar and Necas going up against Mikko Rantanen with Jason Robertson, with all the other stars that they have over there. Literally star-studded players for the Dallas Stars. Spare Logan Stankoven, who's going over to Carolina in the trade. honestly, it does make sense to me because I think like Stankoven is the perfect kind of player that the Carolina Hurricanes would value, the kind of guy that I think would play very well under a Rod Brind'Amour kind of system. It just fits so well. And trading away Necas and Drury, plus these 2 picks to get Stankoven, Hall, 2 firsts and 2 thirds, that is absolutely great. I get it. This is what NHL Watcher is saying. You lose Necas and Rantanen and end up with Stankoven and a couple of low first-round picks. I actually don't really agree with this perspective. It's kind of questioning, saying that the Hurricanes lost out here. Necas for Stankoven and 2 firsts, so not too bad. There's still a chance they flip the first for another player, so that's a win. I'm going to go out there and agree with Zach Kaniak over here. Might be a biased perspective right here, but hey, it's going to be Besser. Ooh, who really knows? Brock Besser over to Carolina? I'm not too sure, man. Mikko Rantanen is already gone, so we'll see whether or not the trade dominoes fall into Brock Besser's favor. No more Nelson, no more Rantanen. What are the Vancouver Canucks going to do? But this is where Craig Button goes out there and says this is a step back at this point in time for the Hurricanes, with an idea of how bold they were. He's not wrong. The roster took a step back. I will agree with that. Yes, I will say that from this trade, Mikko Rantanen out, Stankoven in, the team is getting worse. But I think the value here, Stankoven plus 2 firsts and 2 thirds, is really, really damn high. And if you wanted to flip around those firsts and stuff for Brock Besser, then maybe the team doesn't get too worse. Mikko Rantanen, of course, is a great player, but then again, we had spoken about this yesterday. Rantanen kind of stunk in Carolina. He wasn't really as good as we had expected him to be. I mean, you just dive into the numbers here. The guy was a 100-point player 2 years in a row, 64 points in 49 games in Colorado. That's fantastic, but only 6 points in 13 games with the Hurricanes. Maybe it's shell-shocked. Maybe it's him not really putting his best foot forward because he just wasn't satisfied with the circumstances of the trade, what have you, who really knows? But, I mean, on paper, yes, Mikko Rantanen is a lot better than a 6-point and 13-game guy, so you are getting the team a little bit worse by acquiring Stankoven for Rantanen, but Rantanen just wasn't great in Colorado, so I think it's okay. Stankoven, by the way, this season, he's got 29 points in 59 games played, on pace for 38 points over the course of the season, but he did have 57 points in 47 games played last year. Fantastic player in the WHL as well for Kamloops, the captain, just such a leader on and off the ice, way over a point per game for 2 seasons in a row at the World Juniors. Stankoven has so much potential. He's only 22 years old, and he is going to be a stud for the Carolina Hurricanes. He works hard, he makes plays, he can score goals. He is an all-round versatile guy. The only knock on him, and it's why he went in the second round in 2021, he's only 5'8", but he's 170 pounds, so he is a lot more of a stockier, bulkier guy. Fearless puck carrier, always driving the inside, and never shy about setting up shop near the net front off the puck. He plays a north-south game and always attacks at an unrelentingly high pace. The mechanics behind his shot are so clean, exerting downward force while pushing his top hand off of his body. Stankoven has a legitimate chance to be an NHL star, and seeing him, along with 2 firsts and 2 thirds getting traded over to Carolina, look, you were kind of handcuffed because Rantanen didn't want to stay. And while it's true that Rantanen is technically supposed to be a better player than Stankoven, this trade gives Carolina so much value that I think they made out very well here. Bravo, Carolina. We'll see if they flip any of these assets into the next few hours here for a Brock Besser or somebody else. We'll see. Whoa, okay. Casey Middlestad. We're going to make that next video. We're not going to talk about that here. Oh man, rumblings of extensions with Wyatt Johnston. That's interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the trade over here with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Dallas Stars. It's Mikko Rantanen over for Stankoven. 2 firsts, 2 thirds. We'll see if there are any extra assets involved, but for now, this is what we got. And the 8-year extension has also come in there for Rantanen too. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.